Oh boy! Ladies and gentlemen, we're back!
Hola.
You sound very excited to be back.
I'm back.
Yeah, but you're supposed to have some energy when we start this thing.
We're back! That better?
Do you hear the bass in his voice, ladies and gentlemen? This child is no longer a child. He's a full-grown man. Hi, my name is Richie Fike, and I am the father of a 16-year-old giant. On his driver's license, he convinced the Texas DMV to let him tell the world that he is 6 foot tall.
Yeah. I'm 6 foot.
Yeah, I know you want the world to think that.
No. On the license, it says 6 foot.
No, I know.
The government says I'm 6 foot, and you're supposed to believe them.
I think the government believed you when you told them you were 6 foot.
No. The government told me, we can say 5'11" or 6 foot. We think you're 6 foot.
No.
And they were like, and I was like, yeah, of course. I want to be 6 foot.
Okay, so anyway, and your boy, your father, is 5'11". And looking up,
couldn't be me.
Couldn't
be me.
I never thought I'd
if I tried.
I never thought I'd look up to you.
You do.
But I do.
You do.
I look up to
it's
you.
amazing. And you know what? Right now, I love what you're doing with making yourself taller.
How do you mean?
This chair is shorter on purpose.
This is an audio format. Just allow the listener to believe that in the real world you're taller than me.
I am.
I'm willing for that to be the narrative.
I am willing to admit I am taller than you because it is the truth.
Okay, anyway.
Like Paul Pierce.
We have not done a podcast since the onset of the pandemic.
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know.
I don't either. It's
One
so
of
weird.
the things in our notes was why we didn't do this. And I was like, I don't know.
You would think that with the world shut down and nothing to do, we would have been doing nothing but podcasts.
Yes, but instead you were making rap music.
Hey, that's not for the world to know.
Okay.
That's a private.
You were making music and it was loud.
Listen, you do what you got to do in the pandemic. You know?
In the pandemic, there was two fine memories.
What were they?
Waking up to 2 a.m. to loud, bombastic, sounds, and playing rummy.
I would like for our listeners to know that I am aware, just like I'm sure you are, that bombastic is not a word.
Okay, but it sounded like a word.
It sounded like syllables. So whenever the pandemic hit, I just decided, okay, it's time for me to learn how to produce my own demos because I kind of was getting tired of paying someone else to make a demo of my own song. And then, like any boy raised in the hood like I was, I just realized, oh, wait, I can make my own rap songs. And so I did. And so for our Fike Club listeners, we're really sorry. We're really sorry that I'm really sorry. Justice just looked at me in a way that made me realize that I'm the one that needs to apologize. I'm really sorry because I dropped the ball on this podcast. But I'm excited. It's the dawn of a new year, 2022.
2022.
And
That's
I
weird
don't
to
see
say.
any reason why we shouldn't try to put out at least a couple episodes a month.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing stopping us is us.
That's right. And I appreciate that you said us there and not me. So, Justice, let's talk to the people about what's changed in our lives in these last 2 years. Because quite a lot has.
I mean, an insane amount for 2 years where we've been inside for the most part.
Yeah, when we last left you, we were living in Fort Worth, Texas.
Mm-hmm.
And you were planning, at that point in your life, as I recall, you were dead set on being the general manager for the Denver Broncos. That was your dream in life. Do you remember this?
Yes.
Okay. And we had one dog.
One dog
named Charlie.
Turned into two.
Well, he didn't turn into two. That would be a different story.
That would be very, very bad.
Now, were we still in phase 3 of the Marvel Cinematic Universe at this point?
No, because Far From Home, or the second Spider-Man came out.
That was the beginning of phase 4?
Uh-huh.
Felt like the end of phase 3.
I think it was.
However you think of it.
It's one of the two.
Anyway, what else was different back then?
We didn't have mountains outside.
Oh, that's right. And I was the worship pastor of Doxology Church in Fort Worth, Texas. Had been there for 4 years. And then in January of this year, 2021, I got a phone call from Pastor Kelly Williams, if you will, from Vanguard Church in Colorado Springs, where you were born and raised for most of your life.
First 9 years.
And he called and said, hey, look, we are looking for someone to take over the Vanguard Palmer Lake position, lead pastor position. Now, by the way, that's another thing that's different. Before the pandemic, I hadn't started seminary.
Yeah.
Right?
You started seminary last year at the beginning of the school year. My sophomore year.
That's right. So that happened during the
105.
pandemic. Excuse me. And so anyway, he called me in January and said, hey, what do you think? We're looking for a guy. Would you consider the position? And I was like, haha, no, that's not time. I didn't feel like we needed to move yet. It didn't feel like the right time. And then, man, the Lord just kept bugging us and moving in our hearts about it. And we came up for an interview in the month of May.
Early June, because I finished finals on the 28th, and then we flew out the 30th.
Yeah. So May. And
June.
No, end of May. We're here.
But the whole interview process was in June.
You will argue. This is what the show is. The show is you arguing with me about benign, ridiculous things. Anyway, came up, interviewed, loved it. The whole time you were very sort of on the fence, borderline anti-moving, and then you heard me preach, and you walked up to me and you said,
would I have to say it now?
yeah, like, you're the one that said it.
Well, to clarify, I've been saying this since early in the process.
Uh-huh.
I'm not going to be the reason you don't do what God's telling you.
There you go. And so that was the moment that the Lord really spoke to me, and we decided to take this crazy position. And so we sold our house, moved here to Monument, Colorado, and now I am the lead pastor of Vanguard Tri-Lakes. We thought it would be better for us to have a broader perspective than just Palmer Lake. And I've been here 4 months. We just had Christmas Eve service. Incredible. In fact, we had 2 services. 185 or so people came. It was an incredible week, incredible experience, and it snowed.
It did.
It snowed during the first service, and it was a white Christmas. It was beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
So, anyway.
How's the first 4 months been?
Man. I'll tell you this. You might not know this. In the past 3 weeks, I have texted or called or emailed every senior pastor I have ever worked for and told them I'm sorry. I did. I was like, hey, listen, I was too hard on you. I didn't have near enough grace for you. Your job is way harder than I thought it was. Mm-hmm. But I love it. I do love it, and I'm excited about 22. I think we're going to see big things happen. I just finished writing today the sermon that I'm going to preach Saturday for New Year's Day, and it's called Do You in 22. By the way, Fike Club listeners, you can also subscribe to the Vanguard Tri-Lakes podcast wherever you get podcasts, and you can hear our weekly sermons there. And then you can send me emails and tell me that was terrible, and that's okay. I'll receive it.
The amount of times I've told you that was really bad has been astonishing.
Well, it's because of how few times you've told me that.
Yeah.
You've been quite the fan of my sermons.
I wouldn't say that.
Okay, listen, don't diminish the praise that you've given me. Every week you've said, Dad, you just keep getting better and better.
You're really good.
Yeah, it's a good thing.
But you have some duds.
You're a dud. See how quick that turned? You see how quick it turned? Just like that. You come at the king, you best not miss. All right? Anyway, so that's what's been going on with me. What's been going on with you? I mean, You left a good job in the city. You don't get that reference. It's an old Gladys Knight song.
I don't.
Anyway, you left an experience where you had a good group of friends. You enjoyed school, and now you're starting over. Can you imagine this, Fight Club listeners? Starting over in high school as a junior in a town where you know no one. It's a really daunting challenge, and I think you've really handled it like a champ.
I don't know. I think it's one of those things in life that you are challenged by, and it defines who you'll be for the rest of your life. It's like the moment where you mess up, and now you got to fix it, or you're doing good, but now something's changed. Over these past 2 years, life changed. I mean, I got a license. I drove on the highway. That was weird.
Shout out to Olivia Rodrigo.
Oh yeah, that came out. I've moved. I've started junior year. I've played for my third football team. Life's been a roller coaster, from staying inside to being outside every day.
Right.
So I think the biggest thing to take away from this is I'm being challenged right now, and I'm trying to figure out who I'm going to be.
So do you still want to be the general manager of the Denver Broncos?
No. I mean, I would love to, but that's not my number one right now.
What is it? What's number one?
I don't really know exactly. I just know I want to get my law degree.
Law degree? Okay.
Yeah. But that was always going to happen because almost every general manager right now has a law degree.
Or a business degree, one of the two, right?
But the successful ones right now, like Andrew Berry for Cleveland, is a Harvard law degree, one of the smartest guy in any room.
Wow. So
he's like, oh my gosh, he's doing great right now.
Now, is he the one that drafted their quarterback?
No. He did not draft Baker. He came on to the Browns a year ago, signed Austin Hooper, did not make the Odell trade, but traded Odell to the Rams. He released Odell, and then Odell went to the Rams.
Yeah.
He's been doing pretty good.
Go Tigers.
If only he didn't have, Baker Mayfield starting at quarterback. But yeah.
And also, if only he didn't have to go against my Cincinnati Bengals.
You want to talk about that now?
Not yet. Just for the listener to know, you're going to hear a lot about the Bengals in the months to come. I just want you to know.
Maybe like a month.
What?
They're not.
Deep run.
No.
Deep run.
Not at all.
Third round of the playoffs.
They're going to make it to the conference finals.
Third round of the playoffs.
That's bold.
You heard it here first.
That's bold.
Joey B, baby. Joey B.
Okay.
Anyway,
back to me.
Yes, back to
the
you.
important part.
Well, whoo! And Moses was the most humble man that ever lived.
We've moved and we've done all this stuff, and I'm being challenged almost every day on who do I want to be, and do I want to be passive about things or aggressive? I mean, for the most part, friend-wise, it's been real tough. Because it's hard to make new friends when these people have been knowing these people their entire life. They went to school together from kindergarten to now junior year.
Yeah.
It's hard to be like, oh, how do I get involved with you? You have to be the pursuer. They're not going to pursue you. So that's been a big challenge for me because I've never wanted to be the pursuer.
And it's that same thing that we've talked about before where, like, you spend your whole high school career trying to fit in, and then a college recruiter comes along and they're looking for people who stand out.
Yeah.
So if you spend your whole time trying to fit in, then you won't stand out. And so you're kind of in that place where you're having to decide what is it going to look like for you to stand out. And not so much worry about fitting in.
That's so true. I cannot fit in up here because I haven't been in the mountains for 7-8 years. I haven't been skiing. I haven't done the monument stuff.
Right.
That every monutarian? What are they called?
Monumentals?
Monumental.
How about that?
Every monumental has ever done.
That's the trademark, Richie Fike. I just came up with that. Okay. What else has happened? Just in catching up. Holy cannoli!
We got a dog.
We got a big old dog.
A big one.
She is a sheepadoodle, friends.
And she is the first dog you've ever liked.
Yes, because I trained her.
You did.
I trained her. All of our other dogs are basically glorified stuffed animals that have, real biological features.
They're Charlies.
Yeah, and they poop and they pee, mostly in my closet. That's been the history of our dog ownership. Even Busta.
That or Busta just being a pimp.
Busta was a pimp. He was a neighborhood pimp. All the dogs in the neighborhood owed him money. That's the truth. And he shedded like crazy. Found out that I was super allergic to him. But anyway, so we have this hypoallergenic sheepadoodle dog who is about 70 pounds.
She has to be, something like that.
She will like stand up on her hind feet and put her front feet on my shoulders and look eye to eye with me. And just be like, "What's happening today, Daddy?" I'm like, "Listen, you are too close.
Don't say that.
Too close.
Too close.
Yeah, I don't like it. But she's sweet. We dance together,
You've fallen in love with my dog.
I taught her how to sit and shake.
And now all she does is shake.
Oh, she's desperate to shake. Did you say shake? She's ready to shake.
Whenever she's sitting
You
down,
say
she's
sit.
putting her hand like
Yeah,
that.
if you say sit, she's like, shake? No, nobody said anything about shaking yet. She's ready. But anyway, her name is Serena. We call her Riri or Rita.
That's Mom.
That's Mom.
No guys ever came to our house and said, Rita.
Only because she tells them to.
Yeah.
Judah is 5 years old.
6.
Well,
Coming up on 6.
Coming up on 6, January 18th. He's doing really well.
I don't know about that.
His teacher knows him very well, teaches him really well. He gets at least one timeout every day, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, at least one timeout or gets in trouble.
Put it this way, it's a big deal if he comes home and says, "Dad, I got no timeouts today."
And he'll usually lie about it.
Yes. Well, you'll say, "Did you get any timeouts?" I can't remember. That means yes. Yeah. But he's sweet as pumpkin pie. He's a good kid. He's creative.
Super creative.
He loved it. It's amazing. He's like either always talking or he's creating. He's doing one of the two.
He's a verbal processor to the core.
100%, yeah. So we're going to have some Judah segments in the months to come. He already went to bed tonight, so we won't do it. But anyway, that's kind of a catch-up of the Fike family. Anything else you wanted to say?
No, not really.
Okay. So what we thought we would do for this show, I know we've rambled a little bit, is we want to kind of catch you up on our quick opinions on some of the stuff that's come out, movies and sports, since we last left you. So, let's get into some movies.
The movie of the week.
Movies, see the movies. Old stuff and the newbies. Movies, see the movies. Fight Club at the movies. Movies, see the movies. Don't sleep on the Goonies. Movies, see the movies. Old stuff and the newbies. Movies. Movies.
Okay,
The movie of the week.
so that's a lot of movies that we have watched. Goodness, it was kind of all you could do during the pandemic was stay home and watch movies, right?
I mean, we watch so much television, movies, everything.
Seriously. So I thought what we would do is, don't worry about 2020 because I can't even remember it. All I remember about 2020 was the trial of the Chicago 7 was
And
awesome.
Uncut Gems.
Uncut Gems was good. Yeah.
Real good.
That's it.
Tenet?
I don't know what happened in that movie.
I don't either.
I've seen it twice.
I really still don't know.
It's the
I
most...
just remember seeing it and being like, that was Christopher Nolan.
And was that the only movie we went to the theater for in 2020?
Yeah, that was like September, October. We went with Josue.
Yeah.
And it was the only movie we saw.
I mean, it was thrilling. It was beautiful. I just have no idea what happened in the movie.
Yeah. I don't understand it, and I don't think I ever will.
That's okay. I really think he wants you to not understand it.
Yeah, I feel like that's what Nolan was doing.
All right, so What I thought we would do is give our top 5 and bottom 5 of 2021 movies that we would suggest, we thought were awesome, and movies we would go, man, stay away from it with a 10-foot pole, right? Mm-hmm. So why don't you start with 5, and you give your 5, and then I'll give my 5, okay?
My bottom or top?
Top 5.
Okay. At number 5 is Candyman.
Wow.
This was a really good movie.
Now, this is a tough movie for us to suggest people see on this family-friendly podcast.
Yeah, I wouldn't see it if you're not ready for a rated R movie, but it was my favorite R-rated
It was
movie.
very violent.
Yeah. It wasn't that violent, but the cinematography was amazing.
It was beautifully shot, beautifully directed, a story well told,
Yeah.
but a dark story.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, that's your 5. My number 5, kind of in the same genre, is A Quiet Place Part 2.
I forgot about it.
Yep.
That was so good to see. in
Quiet
the
Place
theaters.
Part 2, man. You hear
That was
every...
so good.
And we did see that in the
Yeah.
theater. That's a movie where you hear every bite of popcorn in the theater.
Oh my goodness.
And you're like, you better stop eating that popcorn. These aliens are going to get us. Right? Now, I don't really remember anything about it. I just remember that was awesome. And usually
Yeah.
sequels don't live up to...
Especially in like horror films.
Yeah. It's so derivative.
He knows what he's doing, man.
Yeah.
He knows.
It was really good.
He's
And
great
Emily
in that.
Blunt, man, she's a stud.
She is.
She's awesome. So
Even the
that's my-
kids were good in that.
And I don't
They
know.
made kid actors look real good
I
in
think
that
it's
movie.
a PG. Was it PG-13?
I think it was R.
I can't believe that it would be R. I don't remember language or bloody violence. I mean, it's scary, but
Yeah.
I would think a 13-year-old could handle it. But anyway, that's my number 5. What's your number 4?
My number 4 is Old.
Old.
Yeah.
Man, we're on a kick right now.
We are.
Of scary movies.
But it was so good.
It was. There's one scene in that movie we shouldn't spoil.
Yeah.
But I'll never forget it.
I just won't.
I will just
can't
say-
get that. When I think of the movie, I'm like, oh my gosh, that scene was amazing.
You're talking about Pretzel, right?
Yeah.
Yes. That's all
That
I
was
want to
so
say
good.
about it.
That was so good. Oh, I'm going to watch that later.
Yes. Okay, good. So that was your number 4. My number 4 is Dune. Did you ever end up watching it?
Yeah.
Did you like it?
Yeah.
Here's what's crazy about Dune. And I saw this on HBO Max. I didn't see it in the theater. It's one of those movies where
It's a setup.
what I love about it is it makes no apologies for what it is.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't attempt to hold your hand through the process of the movie. There's not a whole lot of exposition. It's just, look, welcome to the world of Dune. Get in or get out. We don't care.
Yeah.
You know?
That's why it is my number 3 movie.
That was your number 3.
Yeah.
Okay, good. So I love Dune. I thought it was strong to quite strong, and I'm really looking forward to the sequel.
I think it's going in the right places.
Yeah.
Everything it's doing is right. It's gonna be like 2-3 movies, 4.
You
for the
don't
series.
see very many sci-fi movies getting Oscar nomination consideration.
Yeah, I mean it was really good.
Yeah, I loved it.
CGI in it was really good too.
Yeah,
I mean it's really good.
it was awesome.
I loved it.
So that was my number 4. You said that was your number 3.
Number 3,
So my number 3 was Shang-Chi.
Shang-Chi.
Dude, listen, I haven't changed my opinion since I saw that movie. I walked out of that movie and thought, that was amazing.
You told me that was the movie of the year, and this was right after we saw what at the time was my movie of the year in Candyman.
Yeah.
But then since I've moved it down,
Bro, I'm telling you, it was so distinct. I think the thing for me is we've already seen everything that you can ever think of in a movie.
yeah,
So for
especially
you-
in Marvel movies.
So for you to come up with something that's creative and original and distinct, I just really respect that.
Yeah,
You know? The bad guy, the dad in that movie, was incredible.
yeah.
One of the best performances.
He's worked for, I forget who it is, but he was like a huge actor back in the 80s.
Right. He's a big deal in Korea.
Yeah.
And he was terrific. So that was my number 3. What was your number 2?
King Richard.
Wow, we flip-flopped here.
You
Good.
put it 3 or
I put it 1.
you put it 1?
Yeah,
Wow.
King Richard's my number 1 movie of the year.
I can't say it's movie of the year over my number 1.
No, I'm not saying it's the best movie of the year. I'm just saying it's my favorite of the
Yeah.
year.
I mean, I loved it. Will Smith, that's one of my favorite acting performances ever.
He's incredible. Since we saw the movie, I've seen all these side by sides of like actual footage of what they based certain scenes on.
Yeah.
And things that when you're watching the movie, if you hadn't seen the real footage, you go, that's so over the top. No way did that happen. Yes, it happened. Mm-hmm. Exactly like that.
And then the tennis coach. Both of them are real good.
Yes. John Bernthal, who's also the Punisher.
Yeah.
You know that guy? He was great in the movie.
He was fantastic.
I love the bit about the golf cart. You know?
That's crazy.
When
he was the Punisher and now he was a tennis coach.
Yeah. But remember he like commandeered that dude's golf cart? That was the best part.
Yeah, there was a lot of funny moments in this movie. It was really well done.
Powerful moments.
It was powerful.
Yeah, for real. Oh, we have a visitor on the set.
Hi, Ree.
Hey, Ree.
How'd she get in here?
You can't be in here, girl. Oh, sweet love. She's got to go. You got to get her out of here, Dana.
She opened the door. I didn't open it.
Okay. Say hi, Dana, to the people.
Hi.
All right. You heard her earlier in the show yelling at
Jay.
It was in the background. It was subtle, but it was there.
So what's your number 2?
So my number 2 is probably your number 1. And
Yeah.
I will say, so we saw King Richard at home.
Uh-huh.
Spider-Man, is it No Way Home?
No Way Home.
Spider-Man No Way Home is the best Marvel movie experience I have ever had.
It was better than Endgame. By far.
To me, I mean, I know everybody gets all nutty about when Captain America picks up Thor's hammer, and there's all this.
Seeing Andrew Garfield do everything Andrew Garfield.
Right.
Should we go into spoilers? I've already spoiled.
You just
did. Seeing Andrew Garfield in the movie.
The movie's
was
been out
amazing.
for a month, so if you don't know what happened in Spider-Man,
That's
sorry,
you.
we
That's
can't-
on you.
Right, that's your bad. Anyway, yeah, incredible. Right?
I mean, it's my number 1, and it's the culmination of my childhood. And I'll say that
Wow.
because my whole childhood, I grew up on Tobey Maguire. I grew up Spider-Man 1, 2, 3.
Yes.
Just watching all 3 again and again and again.
Yeah.
I could go back, like if I rewatched those movies, I could probably say like 80% of those lines because I just know it.
Right.
Because it's somewhere deep here in my brain.
With great power.
Comes great responsibility.
Right, that's right. Okay, so just as an aside, who's the best Spider-Man?
Garfield.
Really?
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
I can't get down with it.
2 sucked. The Amazing Spider-Man 2 sucked. But I rewatched Amazing Spider-Man 1 and I was like, this was really good. And I really like his acting.
I think Spider-Man No Way Home redeemed Andrew Garfield
Yeah.
as Spider-Man.
Have you seen the rumors?
What?
He's apparently going to get a 3rd movie.
It's a lot right now.
It's a lot.
When you enter into fan service, movies don't usually turn out good if the core of it is fan service.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Endgame, at the core, was fan service.
Yeah, I think that's true. Even though that movie was awesome.
Infinity War wasn't, and that's why Infinity War was great.
Yeah.
Endgame was the culmination, and it was built on fan service moments, moment to moment. It's a moments movie. We're going from this moment right here to this moment to this moment to this moment to this moment. It's not a full story.
The only thing I remember about Infinity War is when you cried in the theater when Spider-Man died.
Look, man, Spider-Man is my everything.
You cried, and then I made fun of you and told you, hey, he's coming back. And you punched me. I'll never forget it. As long as I live, I'll never forget it.
Look, man, when I tell you Spider-Man is everything to me.
Yeah.
He's the only character in any fiction that I would die to be. Like, I would do anything to be Spider-Man for a day.
Well, I can get a spider here, and it can bite you, and we'll see what happens.
But it's not made in a lab.
I can get a spider in a lab and put some nuclear energy on it and have it come to the house and bite you. Where would you like to be bitten?
Right here.
On your wrist?
So I can do the flip.
Yeah, okay. Anyway, Spider-Man No Way Home was everything that everyone says it is. It's like, you know, it's one of those things that you can't oversell. Like, it was that good.
It was going to be that good.
Let's talk about some things that were not good.
Oh my gosh.
So, same thing, and I don't really have an order. I just have 5 really, to me, movies. Now, when I say bad, when I say 5 bad movies, in my mind it's like, this is a movie that should have been good. That's the way I think about it.
Yeah.
There are movies that come out every year that had no chance at being good. I was never going to like it. But all 5 of the movies on my list are movies that I wanted to be good, and they weren't.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So.
I'll go first.
You go first.
So my number 5 is Space Jam. Because I was a child, and I thought
man.
Space Jam was going to be good.
What a great call, Justice. That's a great call. That was
Yeah.
such a bad movie.
It was horrendous, and it was just an ad for Warner Brothers. It was like just a 1 hour and 30-minute ad that Judah loves, and that infuriates me. Because there's a way better Space Jam movie, and he doesn't care about it.
Right, because to him, LeBron James, as he says, that's LeBron James. LeBron James is the greatest basketball player of all time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wasn't even alive during Michael Jordan, but I was raised through you
Yes.
to love Michael Jordan.
I'm proud of you. Space Jam was terrible, and I'll button it with Matrix 4 because that's one of my top 5 worst movies of the year. There is a scene in Matrix 4 similar to the scene. You remember the scene in Space Jam where they enter into the Warner Brothers multiverse?
Yeah.
And there's all these random things that are in there, and they all show up at the end of the movie to cheer on LeBron James.
It's so dumb.
In Matrix 4, there is a character who says, our parent company, Warner Brothers Media, he literally says it in the movie. Our parent company, Warner Brothers Media, is asking us to make a sequel. And I'm like, what?
That's crazy.
It just they lost me at that point. Admittedly, I fell asleep about halfway through that movie. So
I never watched it.
The half I saw was real bad. Maybe it got
Poor
better.
Keanu, man.
I
Poor
might go
Keanu.
back and watch it and watch the second half, but the half I saw was real bad. All right, what's your 4?
Mortal Kombat.
That's on my list too. That's my number 3.
I mean, it's just a dud. Like, I can't remember anything about this movie.
They really hyped it up too.
Yeah. Like, they had a full marketing campaign for this. Another Warner Brothers movie, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, all those Warner Brothers movies that were on HBO Max.
Yeah.
I think those guys knew we've got a bad crop of movies this year.
We forgot a great movie this year.
What?
Godzilla vs. King Kong.
That was good. I wouldn't put that,
That
on
was
the
real
top
good,
5
though.
list.
I know, but it should be an honorable mention.
Okay.
We
that's
should
good.
talk about it, because it was good.
It was good, yeah.
But everything else Warner Brothers made this year was just mid or just straight trash.
Including my number 4, which was Wonder Woman,
Oh my
1984.
gosh. I never watched it.
I can't believe how bad it was. Now, admittedly, I watched it while under the influence of COVID.
I thought you were just going to leave it as under the influence. I was going to be like, what?
I couldn't taste or smell anything, but I knew enough to know this ain't good.
But you could smell that it's crap.
Even with no smell and no taste, I could sense this is a rotten apple. That was a bad movie. It's
Yeah.
too bad because she's great.
Yeah, she is. And the first Wonder Woman movie we loved.
Yes.
I remember we loved it.
It was the Kristen Wiig.
Yeah.
She was the bad guy in it,
Mhm.
and I just didn't believe her. It
Yeah.
was real bad. Okay, what's your next one?
Black Widow.
Yeah, that's on my list too.
It was mid. It was mid. That's the best I can say of it. It
Right,
was
but
mid.
that's the thing. You can't make a Marvel movie and expect us to not expect it to be excellent,
Yeah.
right?
Marvel has set the standard for themselves. Excellence.
If you say Marvel Studios, okay, my hopes are high.
Yeah.
And if you hit me with something that's mediocre, then that really crushes my spirit.
But there's one actor in this movie who redeems it and makes it mid, and that's
100%.
Florence Pugh.
She is special.
Yelena Belova is my favorite new Marvel
Yes.
character.
I like how she called Haley Steinfeld Kate Bishop.
Kate Bishop.
Kate Bishop.
She kept the Russian accent,
Oh,
and that's
it's-
what I want.
Yeah, that was the best part of Hawkeye, was her saying Kate Bishop.
Kate Bishop.
I love it. Okay.
That or the Russian dude saying bro. Bro.
Yeah, bro. Let's stick with Marvel, because this is my worst movie of the year. You know what it is.
I mean, do
Is
you
it
want to
your
wait?
worst movie of the year
Yeah,
too?
it is.
Eternals.
Eternals, man. That movie was trash. It's
I
trash.
never.
It was my second.
If
It
they
was my
make a
second most fun
sequel, I'm not going to see it. I
I'm
will
not.
skip out on an Eternal Skeeple. Eternal.
Eternal
sequel.
Skeeple.
It'll be a skipple. A skequel.
A skippable.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not going to go see Eternals 2.
It's so bad.
Yeah. What is Angelina Jolie doing in that movie?
I don't know.
She doesn't belong there.
She was just there, I guess, for the marketing campaign.
The only good part about that movie was the bonus scene with your boy, Strawberry Lemonade. What's
That's
his
not
name?
my boy.
What's his name?
I hate that boy.
You like him.
I hate that boy.
You try to do your hair.
No,
like
no,
him.
no, no. I hate that boy.
You enjoy it.
I hate that
You
man.
want to be him.
I would love to be him.
Okay. There we go.
Don't give me. I would love to be him, but I don't like him.
Watermelon sugar high. Talking about Harry Styles.
Yeah.
Showed up randomly. at the
Related
end
to
of the movie.
Thanos, by the way.
With
How is that possible?
With a midget friend.
I forgot.
Played by Peyton Oswald. Like, what are we doing?
Bro, they're out of actors, man. They're out.
It's trouble in the Windy City. So that was my number one. What was your number one?
My number one movie was F9.
Worst movie of the year.
Worst movie.
F9.
F9.
Why?
It was so bad. I rewatched it
Okay.
because I was like, oh, it's here.
You
Let me
did.
rewatch it
All
for
right.
no reason because I was bored. And when I rewatched it, I realized they went to space in a car.
Yeah.
And everyone was just okay with that.
Yeah, the
And that
physics-
was the second most unreasonable stunt they did. They drove up a cliff, up a straight falling down. What's it called? Rope bridge. A rope bridge that's breaking at the seams.
That was really cool.
That was some. Like,
They-
that's not how physics works. Trust me, I'm in a physics class. I
Yeah.
gotta see.
You know, a lot of movies actually do that. They have like consultants come in and help them to basically decide is what we want to show plausible.
No, it's not.
I think the F series, they fired that guy.
They said this is like it's not worth it.
Yes.
We're paying this guy way too much to tell us what we can and cannot do. We're going to space in a car.
A lot of people went to see that movie though. That was one of the high
it was
grossing.
one of
movies
the. I think it was like number 4.
Yeah. Did you see today that they asked The Rock? I guess what's the guy's name? Vin Diesel.
Oh my gosh, have you seen this?
Yeah.
This Instagram post from Vin Diesel saying, "Brother, I know we have some beef, but I'm gonna need you for F10."
Yeah.
All this stuff. Oh, it's so funny.
Right, but The Rock has said publicly, "I'm not coming back. I'm not doing it. You can have Roman Reigns. I'm not doing it." That's funny. Okay. Honorable mentions. You got any?
King Kong versus Godzilla.
Yeah.
That's about it.
Okay. For the young people that listen to the Fight Club, you're not going to care to hear this, but for people my age, House of Gucci was incredible. And it should be nominated for a lot, and it probably will. It was awesome.
You see the Spider-Man stuff about them wanting to get nominated?
They should.
They should.
Yeah. Being the Ricardos, we just watched. Aaron
I remember
Sorkin.
that. That was good.
Yeah.
It wasn't that good.
It wasn't that
It
good.
was a mention.
It was a mention. Yes, that's on Amazon. Sonic the Hedgehog.
I didn't watch it.
Yeah, I did. I
With
watched
Judah?
it with Judah, and I was like, this is a great movie.
I haven't watched it.
Yeah, Jim Carrey's awesome in that.
But they're making a second one with Knuckles
yes.
and Tails.
I know. Let's go.
Let's go.
Probably the movie that made me cry the most this year is a movie called Coda. Did you see that
No.
on Apple Music? We need to watch it.
Okay.
It'll make you cry.
On Apple Music?
Apple TV, whatever.
That's probably like, what?
The movie that's going to win a ton of awards that I think is one of the worst movies I've ever seen is called Power of the Dog with your boy Dr. Strange, Cumberbatch. He's in it. He plays a secretly gay rodeo guy.
This screams Oscars.
He's going to win stuff for it. But I'm telling you, it was a terrible movie. And then we just watched Red Notice, and it was fun.
It was nice.
Yeah. All right, cool. That's movies.
Yeah.
All right. So that means that it's time for us to talk about the next big category in our life, and that is, of course, sports.
Pittsburgh lost the ball. If the Broncos recover, they win. Ware's on it, and the Broncos are in the playoffs.
What I'm saying is the rhetoric, the dribble, the blasphemy coming out of the mouths of you two. Y'all need to calm down and be patient. Like New York Knicks fans have no reason to be frustrated.
Glenn, what a lucky break. The good Lord wants the Cubs to win.
Another play fake by Burrow and a deep strike and an open receiver. Jamar Chase, another touchdown.
In every season, I love to talk about. Don't need a reason, I'm steady thinking about. Behind the scenes and what we gon' see on that TV screen. I'm talking about they're chasing glory, just try to reach the top. The deeper story, the journey never stops. It's never boring to see a champion chase his dreams. I love to talk about.
I want to ask you a question. Can you have two Heisman moments in 1 year? I think after 60 years ago when Billy Cannon won it, I think we just saw the next Tiger to win it in 2019.
Wow, that's the first time I've heard that bumper in a minute. I'm not sure I'm still proud of that hook.
Yeah, it's not your best. But hey, the LSU stuff, the Stephen A, that's hilarious.
We got it in, didn't we?
Yeah.
And did you notice that in the setup, who did he throw the touchdown to?
Jamar Chase.
Hold my baby.
Cincinnati.
That's right. So let's just start there. I'm all in, people. I'm all in on my guy, Joe Burrow, and my guy, Jamar Chase. By the way, Boyd and Higgins and Joe Mixon, I'm all the way in. I got a Cincinnati Bengals hoodie. I got a Bengals blanket. I got a Joe Burrow Cincinnati jersey. I'm in, baby. I'm all in. And you know how I am. Like, if you're going to be a Bear, be a Grizzly, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. In this case, if you're going to be a Bear, be a Bengal. That's...
That's not even true.
Yeah.
They're a lion. They're like a tiger.
Oh, if you're going to be a cat, be a Bengal.
No, you would rather be a tiger.
That's what a Bengal is. It's a Bengal tiger.
Okay. It's a bad type of tiger.
No.
Yes, it is.
They call LSU,
In fact.
hold on, the Bayou Bengals. Have you never heard that?
Yes, I have.
So what's brilliant about this for me is I don't have to have multiple mascots in football. I've got one mascot. It's a
tiger.
One of them's a little more orange than the other. That's all right.
They're like a Clemson shade.
Don't say that. That hurts me.
T. Higgins is there. He's a tiger.
Now, can we talk for a moment about your devotion to your pitiful Broncos?
I've been hurt. I've been hurt by Vic Fangio and our offensive coordinator. Both of them should be banned from the state of Colorado.
Okay, hot take. I wish I had wish I had the button.
Yeah. The governor should ban them. In fact, they should go to jail for what they've done to my Broncos.
Okay.
In fact, I'm so ashamed of them, I can't watch football anymore.
It's true. And you tried to tiptoe your way into Bengals fandom.
No, I didn't.
You did.
They're my number 2, I'll tell you that.
I'm sorry. You can't have a number 2.
I can when my Broncos have the worst coach who doesn't understand offensive play calling
you're gonna
and is giving it to a person who's never had success in the league and is now deciding, oh no, he's great. He understands football while he does the defensive stuff. You know, the defense is pretty good, but we keep losing because he doesn't know how to fire a guy.
Yeah, I'm hearing you tell me why it's hard to be a Broncos fan.
Yeah.
I hear that. What I'm telling you is, first of all, what is the word fan short for?
Fanatic.
Okay.
I have 3 jerseys and I watch every game or at least try to, and I can't do it anymore.
Can a Broncos fanatic cheer for another team?
Yes.
No.
Yes, I can cheer for any team that goes against the Chiefs because the Chiefs can go down.
Well,
hey, and the Bengals right now, they look like Bengals or Patriots. I won't cheer for the Patriots because the Patriots are just, I can't. I hate
they're
them.
an abomination.
I hate them, and God should get rid of them. That's been my stance for years.
Well, listen, he tried with COVID.
He really tried, and then Bill Belichick just pulled one, I don't know, out of, he just pulled it. Mac Jones. How does he fall to 15? Oh, because every other organization is terrible and the 49ers don't want to take a right draft pick. That's how.
Yeah. I don't know. I think Mac Jones is ordinary.
Well, he looks extraordinary right now.
I think he's ordinary and Bill Belichick is incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. So I'm all in with the Bengals. You're struggling with your Broncos.
No, I'm not struggling. I'm just waiting until the off season when we go out and get Russell Wilson. That's when I'm involved.
Wait a minute.
See, this is the drought before the storm.
Okay.
You know how like Louisiana, they'll go through like a month or two with no rain,
No.
and then the pouring, just
Yes.
like a giant pour.
All I remember is the
like
pour.
we're in that season right now. We're just waiting for Russell Wilson and then or Aaron Rodgers.
There we
I'll
go.
take either. I'll take either.
Now, if we had been doing a podcast this time last year, you would have heard Justice Fike say with incredible certitude, "We are getting Aaron Rodgers."
Well, at the time, it seemed pretty plausible.
Yeah. Do you still want him?
Yes.
Why?
Because he's Aaron Rodgers.
He's-
Why would I not want him?
He's cuckoo bananas.
I
and
don't care.
He doesn't believe in science. His doctor.
That's my quarterback.
His doctor is Joe Rogan.
Did you hear him on Pat McAfee yesterday?
What
Or
did
on
he say?
Tuesday?
What did he say?
He said NFL teams are listening to Joe Rogan.
Yeah. Wow. What a
Hey, that's
time.
my quarterback. That's
What-
my quarterback.
What a time to be alive. Okay, let's have a moment where we're honest about LSU.
Mm-hmm.
Can we do it?
Let's go.
Man, how do you go from the single best season? I'm willing to say best team. It's arguable. People talk about that Miami team that won
Yeah,
the championship.
there's only two teams in conversation. The 2019 team,
It's fine.
possibly the
But
2020 Alabama team, or the 2001 or 2002 Hurricane team.
And I'm willing to concede to a tie for
Yeah.
those two. But how do you go from having the single greatest season? This is inarguable. The single greatest season in college football history. The teams that we beat that year in their house.
Bama.
Unbelievable.
No, we didn't win against Auburn.
Yes,
A&M at their
yes,
house.
we beat Auburn at home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In a
Anyway,
rainy day. Remember? Because that was the game we were like really worried about.
I remember we watched that at a Buffalo Wild Wings.
And we were just like on our
That was
butts
tough.
were clenched.
Yeah, that was tough. What did you say? I don't think you could say that.
Butts were clenched?
No! Where's the beat button? I've got to censor you over here. Anyway, how do you go from having the single greatest season in college football history to having two back-to-back ordinary to terrible seasons? We went 5-5 in that COVID year. Now, there was a lot of grace for Coach O.
Yeah.
He just was perfect. And COVID crushed a lot of things. We had Jamar Chase, my guy.
Jamar Chase opted out.
Opted out. It was
Tyler Shelvin opted out.
and then Miles got injured.
Miles
early.
got injured early. Had to put in two freshmen.
Yeah.
And then had to deal with Bo Pelini not understanding a modern
Wow,
defense.
that's the truth. Bo Pelini, yuck. Anyway, so all that happened, and then this year, boy, you come out against
Two new
UCLA.
OCs, or a new OC, a new
You
DC.
go to UCLA for game one, national television, and Ogeron is walking into the stadium calling them sissy blue. He said something about, we're going to beat y'all butts wearing that sissy blue shirt. And then we got our butts handed to us, and then the hot seat was cranked.
Yeah.
They fired him after we beat Florida.
Yeah.
Crazy. Anyway, so now the whole season there was all this conjecture and conversation about who we'd hire, and nobody saw this coming.
I thought Mel Tucker, we wanted Dave Aranda, and then
Right.
out of left field.
Boom, Brian Kelly from Notre Dame.
I mean, you can't ask for a better way to start the new year than knowing, oh, I have Brian Kelly as my head coach.
I tell you what, though, he's in the situation of Marvel Studios, to go back to an earlier conversation. You're going to have high expectations on this dude.
He's on a 10-year contract. We can't fire him for 4 years.
Sure. In the first year, no matter what happens, you're gonna see it as a building block, right?
Yeah.
But I'm telling you, man,
We have the freshman coming in.
Dude.
Miles Brennan's back after
Brennan's back.
leaving in the transfer portal.
it's going to be a fascinating football season next year. And gosh, we're not even finished with this football season.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, LSU basketball, who, although we lost last night to Auburn at Auburn
Pitifully.
against a 7'9" white kid, who, by the way, did you see his numbers? That kid Marshall something.
Marshall Zimmer or
I
something
don't remember
like
what his
that.
name was. He had a triple-double.
Yeah.
17 points, 11 rebounds, and 11 blocks.
Wow, 11 blocks.
He got a triple-double the hard way.
Number 2, I forget his name, but he was killing us
Dude.
all night.
Yeah. Gaines.
Gaines.
My dude Gaines, who I love. He had a
Yeah.
bad night.
Gaines was killing us. We put in the top 10 freshman Justice Williams.
Your boy, Justice Williams.
Justice Williams.
Yep,
Yes,
here
sir.
he comes. Yeah, they put him in, and he shed his red shirt, by the way. He was going to
His
red
red
shirt. Yeah. And he shed it to come in the game.
Wow.
Anyway, LSU basketball is going to be in the Sweet 16 this year. You heard it here first.
Yeah.
I believe it.
It's going to be up there. We'll have to see how we do against Kentucky
Big game.
later this week.
Big game. January 4th, LSU versus Kentucky in basketball and LSU versus Kansas State in football. That's going to be crazy because I think they're going to have John Trey Kirkland
Yeah, Kirkland starting at QB.
as our. He's like a wide receiver, and he played 1 year of quarterback in high school, and he's our boy. That's going to be fascinating to watch. Let's talk about the Nuggets.
How about them Nuggets?
Nuggets are struggling.
They are.
Although, how you doing? We just beat the best team in basketball Tuesday
Exactly.
night. We beat the Warriors at Golden State.
At Golden State. Clay's return, right?
The thing to know about the Nuggets is, no, he didn't play. Clay didn't
Oh.
play. The thing to know about the Nuggets is, they are an incredible first and fourth quarter team.
Mm-hmm.
And they are a terrible second and third quarter team.
Mm-hmm.
We had a 23-point lead at half. We won by 2. Okay? That's who the Nuggets are.
Yeah.
Jay Felker, shout out to Jay if you're listening, texted me the other night when Oklahoma City beat us.
Oh, no.
Yeah, he said, how about my Thunder? I was like, how about you shut up?
How about them losing by 70 points in a regular season game against the Pacers?
Okay, that's right. That's right. Shade coming your way, Felker. But anyway, yeah. The Nuggets are right now the 5th seed in the West,
5th seed.
which is okay.
Biggest surprises this season, though, are the Bulls and the Warriors.
Yeah, and how about the Suns?
The Suns still being consistent.
Didn't they go undefeated in November?
I think so.
Oh,
I mean, they're a
good.
monster.
They're good.
They're real good.
Yeah.
And the Lakers struggling.
Lakers, it brings me such pleasure to see the Lakers, the Fakers, as I call
The
them.
Fakers.
They're old,
They are.
and Russell Westbrook is not a fit.
Yeah. I mean, their best player goes LeBron, AD, Melo, Westbrook.
And
And
AD
I say AD is looking horrid.
He's a beta.
He's so, you put any force on him, and he's like, have it. Have it. That's
Right.
yours. Go take that.
Well,
Go take
and
that 2
and
points.
the change in the league this year is that they're not calling ticky-tack fouls anymore.
Yeah.
They're letting you be physical in the NBA right now.
They're doing what playoff basketball is.
Not
just
quite
regular
Auburn
season.
physical. Good Lord, the fouls
It
that they
was
didn't call.
so physical.
How do you just punch somebody in the jaw?
They punch somebody, no foul.
No foul.
But you catch the ball at the line for the backcourt violation. That's
Unbelievable. Yeah, it was. Listen, we had some problems last night, but that's okay. We're gonna
starting
bounce back.
out 18-1.
Well, I believe in
gosh.
General Will Wade.
Yeah, Will Wade is the real deal.
Yes. What else in sports do we want to talk about?
The MVP race. Who do you
What-
got
in the NFL?
in the NFL?
Joe Burrow.
No,
Yeah.
he's the outside. My candidate that I really want to win it is Jonathan Taylor, because he's balling.
Who he play for?
The Colts.
Oh,
He's the
okay.
running back.
I've never watched a Colts game this year.
Bro, they're so good. Oh my gosh. He was able to run for 114 yards with 4 out of 5 of his starting offensive line out with COVID.
Wow.
That team is so well coached. Frank Reich is doing a fantastic job. They should be in the playoffs, but they're going to lose in the first round because Carson Wentz is doo-doo.
Ooh. Hot take. Hot doo-doo take. I wasn't ready for that one. So Jonathan Taylor. Not Joe Burrow.
Joe Burrow's not going to win it.
What if we beat the Chiefs?
Then in the regular season?
Yeah, what if we win out?
No.
if we win out,
He's in-
the man threw for 537,000 yards.
Did you know
last
he
week.
almost threw 1,000 yards just against Baltimore?
I'm saying
I'm saying he's the truth. I'm saying it's not his year.
he is the Nikola
It's either-
Jokic of the NFL. Nuggets. See how it all comes back? That's
It
how
all
we do
comes together.
Yeah. All right. So, who's going to win the national championship in college football?
Michigan.
What?
I want Michigan to win so bad.
Okay, I
So
didn't
bad.
ask who you want to win. I want Cincinnati to win. Who's gonna win?
I'm gonna say my prediction for tomorrow or today, since we're gonna post this tomorrow.
Yes, whatever.
For
I'm living
Friday.
in the future, so the present is my past.
Exactly.
Yeah.
My predictions for tomorrow are Alabama just mollywops Cincinnati. Sadly, even
Who
though
says mollywops?
me?
Is that a thing?
I'm just different.
Is that something that Zoomers say?
No,
Mollywops?
no, but it's something that I'm gonna start saying
I see.
because I'm a leader.
Okay. Oh wow. 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 Ha, brr, 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 brr.
Wow!
Wow.
Wow!
All right.
So that's my prediction on that side. I think Michigan is a great matchup for Georgia, and I just don't believe in Bennett. I don't think he can win you a playoff caliber game when you're going up against these elite teams. Kirby Smart really struggles with picking the right offensive system for the modern day football. I think if he was a coach back in 1998, he would be winning championships back to back to back to back. But the game is an offensive focused game right now, and he hasn't adapted like Nick Saban has. So my prediction is Michigan wins 34-21. And then they go on to Alabama. And I would love for Michigan to win because I know someone who's committed to Michigan is going to go there next year.
That's
to play
right. One of your
football.
classmates.
Yeah, Connor Jones. A big offensive lineman.
He's a
3-star. And I would love for them to win. But Alabama's just going to destroy them. Like, Bryce Young's the real deal.
Yeah. It's one of those situations where until I see it, I won't believe it.
Yeah.
Right?
Like, I desperately want Cincinnati to win.
Well, I want Georgia to beat Michigan, and I want Georgia to beat Alabama. Because I think that would be a beautiful symmetry of that season where LSU beat Alabama 9-6 and then couldn't get the ball past the 50-yard line in the championship.
Yeah.
I would love to see, to use your word, Georgia beat Michigan and then mollywop. I've never said that in my life. Mollywop Alabama.
Gotta get creative on this
That would be
broadcast.
the greatest New Year's gift anyone has ever given us.
Yeah.
Right?
January 13th to see the score 36-0.
Yeah.
Oh
Which,
my gosh.
by the way, the very best day in 2020,
Uh-huh.
you know what it was?
What?
The day we won the national championship.
That was not in 2020.
Yes, it was.
That was in 2020. Oh
Yeah.
my
It was
goodness.
the best day of 2020. It was downhill from there.
It really was.
Literally, that next Monday at a staff meeting, I remember Nita said, "Hey, Fike, what's the difference between a pandemic and a
Epidemic.
epidemic?" And I didn't know the answer, and I just kind of BS'd my way through it because I didn't know. I was like, "Well, you see, a pandemic is on a pan, and the epidemic is in the epicenter of everything." And she was like, "Hey, Chris, what is the difference between?" I was like, "I already answered this question for you, Nita." But anyway, all right, that's sports. Lot to look forward to. It's going to be a fun year for us and all of our teams. If you're listening and you want to tell us about your team, we want to hear about it. I forgot to say this earlier, but you can still, and people have, email us at thefightclub@gmail.com. Boston, we have gotten all of your emails, and we appreciate you.
We'll read some tonight.
Yes. And so, email us and tell us about your teams and who you would like to hear us talk about. But that's sports. So, Justice, what's our next segment? What is it you want to talk about to close the show?
Well, we're going to do our Q&A with some of the emails that we've got over our year-and-a-half break.
Okay.
We'll hear about some of what they have to say about us being gone. And that's about it.
And I have
All right.
a question for everybody here tonight.
Asking all these questions, why you asking all these questions? Asking all these questions, why you asking all these questions? Asking all these questions, why you ask so many questions?
Hey, let me ask you something.
I got a question.
Let the games begin.
All right, so the emails that we have gotten have really only been one question, Justice. And that question is, where are you guys? I miss my show. I love the Fight Club. Where is it? Mm-hmm. And that's mostly been from Boston Vincent and a few others, and we love you. Those of you that have emailed us, we're very grateful for that. But, so we thought that we would end this show, this kind of maiden voyage in Fight Club 2.0.
Yeah.
You like that?
I do.
It's the new era of the Fight Club.
The reboot.
The reboot. Fight Club revisited. I thought we would ask each other a question.
Okay.
So you go first. What's your question for me?
You're going to put me on the spotlight.
That's right. Come on, what you got?
Okay.
Come on, please.
Why is the sky blue?
Because God said so.
That's great.
That's a bad question.
It is.
How about this? I got one for you. Are you
Okay,
ready?
go for it.
What was your favorite gift that you gave someone this Christmas?
Speaking that I myself only bought one gift,
Yes.
and I'm pretty sure that she never got it.
Oh my gosh, that's true. You gave it to me to hide. Oh my gosh. You gave it to me to hide, and I hid it.
Yeah.
And we forgot about
We
it on
did.
Christmas morning. What a jerk you are.
How am I the jerk? I don't know where it is.
You didn't come up to me and say
No, I did. 2 times I said, I got a gift for you, Mom, but I don't know where it is. Dad got
it. And she was like, sure. That's a good story.
No, she was like, but it means everything to me because you gave it to me.
Okay, we have to rectify that tomorrow.
We do.
Okay.
Okay.
Wow.
But it is my favorite gift I've given this year.
So I'm curious. You got your mom a gift.
Uh-huh.
Ellipses. ... It seems like you may have forgotten at least one other person. Who could it be?
I did forget Judah. I'm sorry.
Oh,
I
wow. Wow.
Wow.
Wow. You see the kind of love we have in this relationship, people? I mean, now can we talk about what your favorite gift you got was this Christmas?
Yeah.
What was it?
My dad, who is fantastic and lovely and unable to, for me to find a gift for him because he's so good at giving gifts to himself.
Wow. You're just going to turn it on me like this.
Yes, because I got to defend myself.
I can't believe you're harshing my vibe, dude.
I want to say, you're amazing. And he got me these 3 amazing pairs of Jordans.
3 pairs?
3 pairs.
What?
That's how much he loves me, man.
Holy cannoli.
And they're from this dude in Atlanta.
Yes.
Who does this thing called, say it?
We shouldn't talk about this.
Actually, no, let's not talk about it. He's our plug, and you don't need to know.
We
You
have
don't
a
need
plug.
to know
We have a
how we
plug.
got it,
It's
but
on
we
the
got
sneak. It's on the dizzle.
The dizzle?
I don't know what that means.
What explain yourself. What does dizzle
Sometimes
mean?
I just say things.
No. I want you to go back and restate that sentence to yourself.
Well, I think it's short for drip.
The dizzle.
I have drip.
No. Are you thinking of diesel?
How's my drip tonight?
Well, you're wearing a beanie.
Yeah?
You're wearing a love your neighbor shirt.
That's right. You should always love your neighbor.
Mm-hmm.
Slides.
Joggers. LSU slides and some joggers.
Come on, I got drip.
Okay. Sure.
It's called busted drip. Your pipe is busted and you dripping. I got busted drip. All right, what's your question for me, nerd?
What was your favorite gift to give?
No. I'm
And
sorry. You do not. This is rule number 1 in the question game. You do not get to ask the same question that was asked of you.
Okay. What was your favorite reaction from someone of a gift that you gave this year?
When your mom opened up her Sonic ice maker.
Uh-huh.
Now, it was another thing when we plugged it in.
She hates that thing, man. She hates it.
I saw this thing, and my wife, your mom, she loves ice.
She
loves
does.
to chomp on ice, and it drives me crazy. But our ice maker in our fridge doesn't give you crushed ice. It gives you big chunks of ice. And so I thought, this is a nice thing. I'm going to get her this ice maker that makes these little small sonic ice pellets. The thing is louder than like a V12 engine. This thing is just got subwoofers.
I can hear it from my room.
It's crazy. And so I didn't realize it was going to be that loud. They didn't put that in the Amazon review. But I did. I went in and put it in the review. So if you try to get this ice maker, make sure you read my review.
Of course, because your review will change everyone's opinion.
I like to help. I'm a big believer in helping people.
I know.
Yeah.
That's why you say "love your neighbor" on your shirt.
Love your neighbor. Love your neighbor. Okay, so that's it, homie.
Yep.
You
Don't
did a
ever
good-
call me homie again.
Why?
That's not it.
That's it, hombre.
No.
That's it, my G.
Now you're trying too hard.
Okay. That's it, Justice.
No, you say, that's it, my beautiful, wonderful, good-looking hella of a man's son.
You want me to lie to you on the podcast? Why would you want that?
I love you.
I wish you could see the toes on this child.
Okay. Now, you don't need to say this.
Let's be real about it.
Look, man, it's been since the end of November since I've cut them.
These toenails could break glass. There's no question.
Yeah.
It's
It's something your ice machine can't do.
On that note, hey, we love you guys. Thanks so much for joining us again for the Fight Club. We are absolutely going to try to do this more often, probably twice a month. We need content from you in order for this show to be interactive, so please email us, thefightclub@gmail.com. Send us your questions, your thoughts. Send us your complaints, whatever you want to send us. We want to hear from you. We want this show to not just be reflective of us, but we want you to be in the Fight Club. So, we love you, and as always, the number one rule about the Fight Club is what?
You gotta tell everybody about this.
Tell everyone about the Fight Club. We love you guys. Peace.